Good evening, everyone. Many of you probably don't know who I am, which is how I like it. My name is Kevin Steiner. We started an organization about a year and a half back in response to some of the concerns, needs, interests within the community to try to do things to work sort of on a grassroots level for aspects of Shalom Bayis, the things we could do to try to build up our marriages. We heard a lot about the downsides of what was going on, but we didn't hear very much about what we could be doing ourselves to be machazik what we already had, to appreciate things better. Just like in any area of life in Muslim, whether it's working on aspects of Lashon Hora or Tefillah, we felt so too, just like any midas in development, at the very least we should be trying to do something on our own to try to forge things. So having been a very big part of Agudas West Lawrence for a long time, myself, a number of other friends and people who have been here, Ricky Kramer, Dr. Isaacson, and others expressed some interest in what I do, what we could to start things. And we basically tried to put together some very simple, fundamental areas to touch on. One was education. This is one of many that we've already had, and many we hope to have, of programs that bring together well-known keynote speakers who better know than Rabbi Krohn, to speak on what we feel are some very basic topics within the sugya of Shalom Bayis, and there are many different aspects of things to talk about and work on. We also have, as other targets, slightly more intense workshops that are not only part of what we're doing tonight, but hopefully a segue into some of the work within the community at large. Shalom Workshop and Task Force, aside from dealing with a variety of calamities that result, they're changing their focus and also trying to emphasize prevention, enhancement of marriage from as early as high school years throughout all of marriage, and offering more one-on-one intense work for people and couples that are desiring chances to work on things as pure prevention, ways to try to work on problems, making sure we can treat one another, our wives, our husbands, as best as possible. We've also tried to work on another set of programs that involve a Shalom Bayis hotline. That is an issue that many people felt might be useful, and that we hope to start, God willing, within the next number of weeks to months, in addition to trying to develop at the very least a sort of a short list of different therapists that are considered recommended within the area for people who just feel that they want to work on various aspects of marriage. And to that end as well, we are also trying very hard to forge some underlying abilities to help those who feel that maybe finances are what are getting in their way for being able to reach out for such counseling. There are some existing resources, a number of them within the community, Beaker Cholam and others, and we hope to weave all of this together. But again, our focus here is very grassroots, very much the idea of what can we do ourselves to make our Kehillah stronger, our Kehillah happier, better, and more wholesome. And we felt what better of a place than a lot of us stemming from this very show to try to reach out to the Far Rockaway community. Tonight, just briefly, the agenda. Rabbi Brown will say a few words to introduce Rabbi Krohn regarding the topic, the lost art of commitment that we hope to expand on. We'll be down tomorrow at the regular time in the base medrash at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. And afterwards, or just about right after, a little before, we're going to break off into separate workshop areas with workshops being offered through Shalom Workshop. Rabbi Daniel Schambach, who's the director, one of the directors of Shalom Workshop, in addition to Mrs. Esther Friedman, will lead separate men's and women's workshop. Men will be in the main base medrash. Women will be in the multi-purpose room. I should also mention that there is collation. There's some food and drink for those even in the midst of this that want to just break off and drink in the multi-purpose room as well for right now. We thank all of you for coming. I don't want to keep you later than necessary. Without further ado, we'd like Rabbi Brown to say a few words. Thank you so much.
I find it striking that the Rambam, at the very end of Hilchos Chanukah, why it appears in Hilchos Chanukah, it's a question unto itself. But the Rambam says that the person has a choice of Ner Beisov and Ner Chanukah. He has a choice of lighting Shabbos candles or Chanukah candles, Kiddush Hayayim, Ner Beisov Chaydem, Mishum Shalom Beisov. The one that has precedence is the lighting of Shabbos candles, which supersedes the other mitzvahs. And the reason is, Sha'Hashem nimchak la'asa shalom bein ish le'ishto. The inyan of shalom bayis is so chashuv, has such priority, that it supersedes even the isser of erasing the name of God. And then the Rambam concludes his whole chapter in Hilchos Chanukah by saying the following: Godol HaShalom, Shalom is so great, Shkol HaTorah Nikna Lasa Shalom Ba'il, because the whole purpose of Torah is to bring about Shalom in the world. Shenemar D'Rachel D'Archinayim B'chol Nesivaseha Shalom. We talk about Shalom, obviously, we're not talking about a lack of dissension. If the United States is at Shalom with Canada, it doesn't mean that they're not warring, they're not in a state of war with Canada. There's a far cry from a lack of dissension to the concept of being b'shalom. Shalom is a very positive, harmonious state where people are there to complement each other. There's a love between them. And just because two countries are not in a state of war does not mean that they've reached the epitome of shalom. We talk about the inyan of shalom, we're talking about a shleimus, which is really the whole raison d'etre of why the Rebbeinu Shalom created the world. For that, there's Torah to bring that about, there's Midas Taivas to bring that about. There's a lifetime of Agudas Hashem, both of the areas of Bein Adam L'Makayim and the areas of Bein Adam L'Chavera. It was the bond which is established between people in families is there to serve as the model and as the catalyst to be able to bring about Ahavas Hashem and unity and harmony throughout the entire world, Bein Adam L'Makayim and Bein Adam L'Chavera. And that's what tonight is about. I wanted to give, first of all, to welcome everyone here who's joined us in this endeavor, and especially to give a very big Yasher Koyach to David Steiner, Ricky Kramer, Ernie Isaacson, who put in a lot of koiches, not only in tonight's assembly, but to a number of assemblies, in giving their koiches to be able to enhance an understanding and promote better relations in the whole area of Shalom Bayis. And the fact that they felt there was a need to respond to bring about community awareness, to bring about the idea on the part of people to understand the pitfalls that we all face in marriage, and to offer giving professional advice and hadracha for all of us to be able to enhance, no matter how good it is. But it is probably, I think we'd be able to say there is always room for improvement. And therefore, we give them a Yasher Koyach for affording us, all of us, this opportunity, promoting the inyan, the awareness with all the people that they brought in order to help us become aware and to elevate the whole stature of our relationships at home, community, wherever shalom itself is required. And therefore, we want to give them a Yasher Koyach, they should go mechayel ochayel, and continue to be Isaac b'tzarchei tzibur ma'amuna ad mea v'yesrim shana. The speaker for tonight is Rabbi Paysach Krohn, who has agreed to address us in this area. As everyone knows, Rabbi Krohn is a preeminent speaker in various sundry topics that confront us in today's times. I want to welcome him into the Shul. It's a pleasure to have him. And without further ado, I want to introduce him to share with us his thoughts on the subject matter.